There's Obi and Hachi and Mal. Of course, they're bugging the little Pomeranian as usual. And I just had some faux soup with tofu and mushrooms, and I'm watching the airplanes go by. Show you guys now. This is a big one coming. Oh, and there's another. They're lining up. They're taking off from this direction, and then I'll show you guys. The other side is full of truckers. Believe it or not, the truckers are starting to rest at the airport here, and they're just bobtailing, meaning there's nothing behind. They're not carrying anything. They're sleeping in their sleeper berth. So, okay, let me see if I can extend it. Okay, I don't know if you guys can see up. I think you can. Can you guys see the airplane coming? Yeah, of course you can, because I'm seeing it now. I think it's a big one. So the longer that they need on the runway to take off, the bigger the airplane is. And the A380 comes in the evening time, the British Airways, the one with the double decker, and that one is a real treat. Just so you guys can see how spectacular this looks against the sun. Oh, it's a big one. I love it. I used to come here every single weekend to watch the airplanes. Every single weekend. I am still that obsessed. Something about the airplanes, it just brings serenity. Okay, and then here you go, guys. See how many truckers are here? And they all have sleeper berths. The big section at the back after the seating area, meaning that they're all probably resting in there. Whether this is their lunch break or maybe they're out of town and delivering nearby. But yeah, it's always full of truckers here. There was a couple of more, but they left. One of which was a female truck driver. And yeah, I would have liked to chit-chat a little bit. I'm not a big chit-chatter anyways, but I would have liked to ask her some questions. But she left. By the time I noticed her, she was already in her truck. So that is about it, guys. Just wanted to give you a little bit of a glimpse of what we're up to today. Boys, come on, babes. They're always bugging Molly. She's the only female, so they're always bugging the poor thing. Molly, come on. That's about it, guys. Thanks for watching A Moment in My Life, and I will talk to you soon. Bye. Okay, first, this truck is equipped with the 3Fs, fire extinguisher, first aid kit, and flares. It would be inside here, but the compartment is locked. I'm here when the school is closed doing a pre-trip. And also this truck is equipped with an ADIS system, therefore we do not need to drain the wet tank. And we move on to the hood, and I will not be able to do anything inside the truck because it's locked, so I would only be doing the components on the outside of the truck a pre-trip, unfortunately. Okay, so we start, and mind you guys, I'm not a mechanic, so some of the things I don't even know what they are, but I will go through the things that I do. And of course the examiner knows we're not mechanics, we're just the drivers, so they don't expect us to know the proper terminology. So windshield fluid has adequate amount of liquid. The block has no leak. If you look underneath, hoses and clamps are secure. Steering components, steering shaft is secure. Steering box is secure. There's no cracks, no bulges. Brake chamber is secure. Air line is secure. U-bolt is secure. Tie rod is secure. No, this is the tie rod. Leaf springs are secured. Shocks are secured.
no cracks, no abrasions. And I would check the brakes here, so with the pry bar method, and it's a 1/2 to 3/4 of an inch. And of course I don't have the proper pry, so you would actually put it in here and you would pry back. But all the brake components are secure. The wheel seal has no leaks. The tires are inflated, there's no bulge, no cracks. And it's more than 3 millimeters of depth. There are no leaks coming from the wheel. The hub oil level is adequate. I would check it when I'm taking the superficial cover off. The lug nuts are secure and they have no rust streaks. There's nothing leaking from there. The fan has no cracks. The belt has adequate. I would check the oil here obviously, but I don't have, oh yeah, let's do that. So it's halfway. They need to kind of refill it up a little bit, but okay, that will do. The oil has adequate level. All the hoses and clamps are secure. You're basically touching everything, making sure it's secure, and you're letting the examiner know. And then what else you would say at this point is that you would check the coolant level first thing in the morning when everything is cold. So this side is pretty much done. Now we walk over. Oh yes, one last thing guys, sorry. And that's why you wear gloves. And you do the same thing here, and you actually start with the block has no leaks. The block is secure, all hoses and clamps are secure. The belt has no cracks. That means the fan has no cracks. Both belts have adequate tension. Oh, and then the governor is here, right here. This is the governor, guys. If you didn't know what that looked like, it's a very important little piece of, you know, equipment in here. This is what shuts off the air from building too much or gets it going again. So that's the, and I think this is the ADIS if I'm not mistaken. This is the commercial vehicle. I don't know what this is, but I'm pretty sure this might be the ADIS. And you would check the coolant level right there.
You better ask.
We can ask tomorrow.
So that's part of the air brake system.
Yes. No, this is the, yes.
It's like, it looks like a brake booster or something, but air systems don't have brake boosters.
I've actually never gone through this. I think he has told me several times, but you're checking all the hoses, you're checking the clamps and hoses, everything is secure. You're checking the exhaust. You said, oh, the air filter, and that's secure. Checking all the air lines, you don't hear any leaks. And the alternator, that's secured. Checking the shock, secured. U-bolt secured. Tie rod, no cracks. Leaf spring secured. Brake chamber secure, air lines are secure to it. Push rod travel, 1/2 to 3/4. The lug nuts have no rust streaks. There's no score around them. If you take this off, hub level oil is adequate, and there's no leak coming from the wheel over here. Let me see if I missed anything. So that is about it. It's pretty basic once you get the hang of it. You're just kind of checking everything, right? And that's about it here, guys. So now we close this up and we move on with the truck. You can do the pre-trip in any way you want. I go for a ride. Woo! So what we would normally do at this point is get inside, and we would check all the, like the windshield and the horns, and then do the air component of the pre-trip. But since we don't have the key and the doors locked, we just continue from here forward. So you would turn on the high beams, you would come and check that they're working, then you would go in, turn on the low beams, then you would turn on the left-hand signal, make sure that that's working over here. You would check the license plate, make sure the date is proper, make sure this is locked and secured, and then you move on. The mirror is secure. You would say the door opens and closes, but it's secure. The batteries, you check for corrosion and leaks. Check the fuel tank, and that's secured. This is where the batteries are inside here, but as you can see, they're locked. You would check this, and then you would move on to here. Make sure that this is secure. These stairs are all secure. There's no cracks. The electrical line is secure. Even the glad hands here. And you know what? I would normally take them off and check the seal anyways if there's any cracks. You know, they're not connected right now, so you wouldn't hear any leaks or anything like that, but that's what I would do, and make sure that they're all secure, and you would put them back in their spots because you don't want any obstacles going inside them, right? You don't want dirt or anything like that. So I'll put them back in. That's all secure, and now that that's done, guess what, guys? I just do not get used to this. You know, it's only this part here. The rest is fine, but this part is just too tight. And I do question with my teacher, well, how do big people, you know, like some of the people in my classes are like 350 pounds. How do they get underneath? He tells me that they don't. We're checking all the exhausts. You're checking, this is an air tank over here that it's secure. You're checking the exhaust that that's secure. Oh no, this is the drive shaft. This is the short shaft and the exhaust that's secured. You're checking the airlines here, all the hoses, airlines here. This is the brake chamber. That's the drive. This is the, of course, the differential lock. You're checking the brake chamber here, all the airlines. You're checking the frame while you're here too. And then you'll do the push rod travel, 1/2 to 3/4. Push rod travel, 1/2 to 3/4. Okay, and then you're checking. This is actually, my teacher told me a million times what this is, but I always forget. This component, he told me, he says just say it's part of the frame, but it's not. He has told me there's a specific name for it. I just always forget. So that's all you would check on. And while you're here, you would check the wheel seal, you would check the tires, make sure there's no cracks on this side, same as on the other side, and make sure that there's no leaks coming from there. And I'm alive. Okay, and then we can continue. While you're out here, you will make sure that the tires are inflated, checking for cracks and bulges. You're checking the lug nuts, so there's no rust streaks, checking the hub oil, it's adequate, and then the wheel seal, there's no leaks. So checking between the wheels, checking between the wheels. Okay, obviously now that I'm here, might as well check this. Check the shock, that's secure. The frame is secure. Okay. And then make sure this is not, the flap is not rubbing up against the tire. There I go. And then once I'm here, what I like to do is get this done with. So I would check the marker lights at this point, the signal light, check that this is secure, and then the light is working as well. And then I would check the frame. I would check the membranes, that they're secure. And this would normally be here, so I would be checking all the landing gear as well. It would be up, so I would be checking that and make sure that that's secure. And at this point, off I go. Goodbye. Okay, so these definitely are going in the wash today. Okay, the differential, I'm checking this differential as well. I have to get further underneath. Brake chamber is secure, airlines are secure on both sides. Checking the wheel seal for leaks. Tires are inflated, there's no leaks. 1/2 to 3/4, 1/2 to 3/4. Differential is in place, this is inflated, there's no cracks with the airbags. And the frame is secure. And that's about it from this side here. Okay guys, and then we continue. And okay, so now, since this would be over here, I would start with the whole, and I would check the clearance lights at the front of the tractor. So I'll start with this, make sure that this reflective tape is in place, make sure there's no dents, make sure that the clearance lights on tops are working, there's a little bit of line. And then the landing gear, once it's up, I will check this as well. Reflective tape in place. The signal would normally be on, signal light is working. And what I like to do is go all the way back and then get underneath the trunk. So I like to go all the way back and let my examiner know that the ABS is working because it's not on. And then the clearance light is working, and then I would end to here, reflective tape all in place. And then I would go back. My favorite part underneath the truck. And the airlines are 18 inches off the ground. So that's adequate. And then I would check that they're secure and I don't hear any leaks from them coming. And I would still check the cross membranes. They're all secure. Frame is secure. Airlines are secure. Frame is shocks are secure on both sides. Airbags are secure, there's no cracks on it. Let me check the tires. Properly inflated, there's no leak from the wheel seal whatsoever. See the shocks here? They're secure, and push rod travel is half to 3/4, half to 3/4. And you check between the duals. Push rod travel is 1.5 or 1.6 millimeters of depth, both are acceptable. The wheel, and there's no bulges, no cracks, and the wheel seal has no leaks, no rust streaks from the lug nuts, and you can see the hub oil level is adequate. And you make sure that the pins are in lock position, and this frame here is secure. Once again, you would check here that the lug nuts, there's no rust streaks, no scores, hub oil level is adequate, the wheel seal has no leaks, and there's no cracks. You can see there's no bulges, there is pack. The mud flap is not rubbing against the tire, and then you will get back underneath, guys, here one last time. And I will check the cross membranes to the end, and they are secure. Airbags are secure and they're inflated. You can see that they're intact. The axle is secured. The tires are inflated. There's no leak from the wheel on both sides. Check the brakes. They're not falling off. They're secure. Push rod travel half to 3/4, half to 3/4. Airlines are secure. I don't hear any leak. Okay, so then we would come all the way to the end. Normally there's 3 clearance lights up there. You would make sure that they're working. The left turn signal would be working, and then you would check that the marker lights are working there. You would check the license plate and the expiry date, and then the light is working. You would check that this is secure. You would ask your examiner, would you like to go back to the load, and he would say yes. And then you would open it up, and you would let him know that the load is secure. Then you would ask him 1 or 2 doors. He would most likely say none. You'd be like, no doors, I don't care. I don't think I have it properly. Oh, watch me now. There we go. Okay guys, so at this point, and reflective tape is in place. So at this point, you would ask the examiner, would you please check if my brakes are working? You would go back in the truck, make a brake application, turn off the left-hand signal, turn on the right-hand signal, and then you would put your spring brakes on. And then he would check if both of your brakes are working. And then you continue on, reflective tape on as well. Marker light is working. Secure. Not rubbing up against the tires. 1.5 or 1.6 millimeters of depth, which is acceptable. Oh my.